Good Monday evening, Southeast Texas, and happy Labor Day to you and your family. Didn't turn out as the most beautiful Labor Day we've ever had, at least here in the Triangle, but certainly not the worst. Otherwise, we're tracking showers on radar right now. Rain moving into Gator Country over in Finette right now. And you can see moderate rainfall, nothing seriously heavy. Traffic still moving fine and dandy along Interstate 10 there over near Finette. Otherwise, as we take a look at our next 7 days, we expect dry weather returning to the area coming up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's been a while since we've seen several days of dry weather, at least a few days in a row, and it looks like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday the atmosphere will be drying out, and I'll show you why in just a second. It also means that the lows may cool into the upper 60s to lower 70s, and highs will be a little bit warmer into the low to mid 90s because of that dry air. Remember, dry air can cool off quickly and lower, and then high temperatures in dry air can get a little hotter than what we normally see here. It's kind of like we're taking air from say Central or West Texas and kind of bringing it into our area coming up as we head towards Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that means that we'll see a broader range between the low temperature and the high temperature. Normally, with the amount of moisture that we see here, the lows and the highs are closer together. So once you start drying the atmosphere out, you can see a greater differential between the low and the high temperature as we head on into, say, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Otherwise, that all changes Sunday into Monday. We see a series of disturbances coming in from the southwest, and returning moisture may give us a scattering of showers and thunderstorms both those days, and I'll show you that. Tomorrow we'll go with a 20% coverage in the Triangle. Partly cloudy to partly sunny skies are expected, highs in the lower 90s. Modeling seems to think we'll be cooler than that into the upper 80s. I think that's a little too cool. I like the mid 70s for lows and highs into the lower 90s. So you saw that forecast at the beginning was my forecast. This is the modeling just to show you that this is what I'm working with. Otherwise, tomorrow up in the lakes, I'm going to go 92 or 93. This is my forecast with a 10% coverage of showers and maybe a thunderstorm. Modeling a little bit wetter at a 20% coverage and highs in the lower 90s. It's close to what I think. Otherwise, I don't think we'll see as much rain tomorrow as what we saw this afternoon. The reason is that as we take a look at moisture in the atmosphere, as you can see, this legend shows dry air is these numbers are very dry, okay? And that as you work up the scale, the more moisture you have to work with. When you get tropical system, these numbers are very common that we see, the oranges, the reds, and the purples. Well, as you can see, we've got plentiful moisture as we head on in to, say, this afternoon and evening. That's what we're seeing. And as you can see, the air really starts to dry out as we head towards Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday of later this week. So rain chances will also go down across southeast Texas. Otherwise, rain chances will be coming up Sunday into Monday as deeper moisture moves on into our area. So Houston again seeing heavy rainfall. The urban island really helping to increase rain coverages and intensity over towards Houston. Otherwise, you can see how this activity is winding down across southeast Texas. We saw quite a bit of rainfall up towards Saratoga, lots of reds and oranges, but look at those disappearing. So the intensity is coming down as this is weakening on the legend. Otherwise, some areas around the 70s out there right now because of that rain cooling effect. Looks like the heaviest rain now over towards BC, back over towards south of Orange, BC, back over to Port Arthur. Mid-County seeing moderate rainfall. Beaumont, Cardinal Drive, looks like moderate rainfall, kind of weakening here in the west end and central Beaumont. And the heavier rains over towards Anahuac now, and also right around, well, it's lightening up over towards Winnie. So really from Finette, Beaumont, Vidor, seeing light rain now in mid-county, Port Arthur, back over to BC and south of Orange. Again, severe weather not expected, and this activity should be winding down over the next hour, if not sooner. Yep, this is the rainfall rates. In other words, how heavy the rain is coming down, and as you can see, way down the scale right now. So if that cell sat over your house, it only put down 1/3 of an inch. So yeah, this is not anything that we should be concerned about. So over 3 inches falling over towards Devers today, this afternoon, and back over towards Saratoga in excess of 3 inches up that way. West end of Beaumont picking up about an inch, I believe, just over an inch, as you can see. Lighter amounts mid-county, Port Arthur, Taylor Landing, a little heavier action north of Winnie, as you can see. But again, this is not something this is some welcome news. Some areas need the rain. Otherwise, it's a good soaker across the triangle right now. As we take a look at what's going on right now, we've got plentiful moisture over east and southeast coastal Texas, really. It's what this green is. I have colorized the highest amounts of moisture over the state of Texas, the 5-state area, and you can see it's certainly highest over the Gulf and along coastal Texas, southeast Texas, giving those showers, thunder showers, plentiful moisture to work with, helps to produce the locally heavy rainfall. But again, the activity is weakening. This is being caused by an upper level disturbance. Look at the winds. They're out of the west-northwest. Can you see that? West-northwest ahead of it, but they're more out of the northwest behind it. Let's see if I can do that again. Out of the northwest behind it and out of the west. So there is a definite change in wind direction in North Texas. And that is causing lift in the atmosphere over southeast Texas, coupled with interaction with the sea breeze front. The sea breeze working in off the Gulf. And that is the reason that we are seeing those scattered showers and thunder showers over southeast Texas. High-res modeling doing a fantastic job of picking that up. Notice how it 7 p.m. Notice how it's out of here by 10:30. And we should see the clouds gradually thinning through the nighttime hours. I expect low temperatures to be in the lower 70s into the lakes area. And I'm not going to go as cool in the triangle. I'm going to go with the mid-70s. Modeling wants to go with the lower 70s, but I'm not ready to do that yet. Otherwise, tomorrow should be a much quieter day, knock on wood, right? We'll go with highs in the lower 90s and a 10 to 20% coverage. Don't see that much, do you? So the reason that we're going to see drier weather as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday is because of this trough. And notice behind that trough, we have a northwest wind flow aloft. And that northwest flow will help to drag the moisture, push it out into the Gulf as we head towards Tuesday afternoon. May not see much at all across southeast Texas. As we work on into Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday, look at that. Moisture, the deep moisture has moved out of the area, so it does look like dry weather will be over us, and we'll see plentiful sunshine Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy afternoons. Highs low to mid 90s. Lows may be a little bit cooler because of that dry air. Maybe the upper 60s in the lakes is possible, and maybe around 70 to the lower 70s. Otherwise, now as we work on into the weekend, Saturday I don't think there'll be enough moisture, despite the fact that we have some upper level disturbances. That's why I only go at 10% coverage, just in case. But right now, I just think the atmosphere is going to be too dry to warrant shower and thunderstorm activity on Saturday. Now, as we head towards Sunday, we'll be watching this trough of low pressure head our way. It'll be over us coming up on Sunday. A little bit of moisture to work with that may warrant a 20-30% coverage. Same thing as we work on in to Monday of next week. An approaching disturbance and also plentiful moisture to work with to give us at least a scattering of showers and storms. So as we head towards the peak of hurricane season, I don't expect anything in the Gulf the next 7, maybe 10 days. It's possible. We are watching a tropical wave in the far eastern Atlantic off the west coast of Africa. This is over a week away. In fact, maybe 10 days away before it gets into the southwestern Atlantic. So, Hurricane Center going exactly with ensemble modeling, and that makes sense. something like that, and then there's a chance that it may do that. It's not guaranteed yet, but that's the way the first indications are that it may turn off to the north with a break in the ridge. There's going to be high pressure, the Bermuda High, if you will, off to the northeast Atlantic, and fronts coming off of the northeast coast. Could be breaks in that ridge that would allow it to turn towards the north. That's what we think right now. But again, this is dicey. It's not set right now. Regardless, I don't expect anything in the Gulf the next 7 days. I think we're fine. Maybe the 7 to 10 days. That would put us to the 11th of September. Otherwise, on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at slightly choppy seas, small chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, we're looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet and an easterly wind at 5 to 10 knots, water temperature at 89 degrees. Only one high tide tomorrow at 3:01 a.m. So again, the best coverage of rain tonight is here in the Triangle. You saw it on radar in through Jefferson and Orange counties, the rain coming to an end in Hardin. And we'll keep a 10 to 20% coverage the next hour or two up in the lakes area and inland southeast Texas should anything try to redevelop, but I think that's a pretty low chance. Otherwise, light south winds becoming calm. Calm winds up in the lakes. You should radiate down into the lower 70s in the lakes. And again, modeling is cooler than what I have. I think we're going to stay warmer. We're going to go with the middle 70s here in the Triangle. Then for tomorrow, again, a 10 to 20% coverage is expected. Anywhere from 90 to 93 across southeast Texas is what we're expected. But with that drier air moving in, dew points will come down. So our heat index may stay into the low to mid 90s. So no triple digit heat indices coming up tomorrow. Some good news for our folks going back to work. Otherwise, a very high UV index. So if you're going to be outside, sit by the pool, don't forget the sun sauce, with a light north to northeast wind expected. So tomorrow, 10, maybe 20% coverage of mainly afternoon showers, maybe a thunderstorm. Highs in lower 90s are expected with light northeasterly winds because of that front out in the Gulf. Then you look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. Again, a 10 to 20% coverage tomorrow. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday look dry. Lows in the upper 60s to lower 70s, highs lower to middle 90s. Again, partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies like what we expect on Thursday and Friday. Could be sunny with a little lower humidity, should feel a little bit better. And Saturday, we will have the disturbances coming in, but we don't have the moisture to work with. So maybe a 10% coverage, maybe dry Saturday. Sunday, Monday, 30, maybe 40% coverage this far out. That's the way it looks on your weather impact 7-day forecast. Otherwise, if you're just joining us, the bottom line is we're watching rains coming to an end over towards Finette. This is the current live view on our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Dry weather returning Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll see warmer temperatures in the afternoons, maybe a little cooler morning low temperatures. Scattered showers and storms return to the forecast as we head towards Sunday and Monday. Tomorrow, just a 20% coverage is what we're expecting across the Triangle. A 10% coverage in the lakes area with highs in the lower 90s. And taking a look at what's going on over the next 7 days, we do expect drier air. The moisture levels go down coming up, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. As you can see, a quick look, the rain's weakening over the Triangle right now, and we do expect it to come to an end as we head through 7 and 8 o'clock, anywhere between 1 to 3 inches over western Jefferson County and Hardin